Hey, welcome to American Reversion. I'm Steve Smith. How are you all today? I got busy today. I had just a load of stuff lined up here. Matter of fact, I've got it up. I've had it up on my computer since late this morning, and then just one thing after another kept coming at me. And so I thought, by the way, welcome to all the new subscribers. It's great to have you here. We ask that you hit the like, hit the thumbs up, make sure that you subscribe so you get all the notifications, hit the bell, and tell your friends about it, because we're trying to grow the audience. We're trying to grow the number of people that we reach and the number of people who can kind of contribute here too by their comments and all of that. And so it's great to have you here. Feel free to share this with anybody you would like. And if you'd like to support the channel, there's a way to do that. Down below, I put the link to the Patreon channel, and you can support us by joining us on Patreon. It costs $1 a month. You can give more if you want, but it's totally up to you. And we put a lot more stuff over there than we put on this channel too. I should one of these days I'll read a list and let you know all kinds of stuff that we put up over there. But for instance, I'm going to be reading from. I should back up. Excuse me. I smell dinner preparing. Kelly's fixing dinner in the kitchen in there, and I'll try not to let that take my mind off of this. But anyway, what I was going to say, I'm going to be reading from an article here, and I'm not going to read the whole thing, I don't think. Read enough so that you get the gist, and then I'm putting the link to the article over on Patreon. That's how we do a lot of these things here, so that you can have it to read the whole thing yourself, and so that you can share it with people that you want to share it with. And so that's it. So what I was saying, the day just got so busy, I was going to hold off until tomorrow, but there's this one item here that deserves to be a standalone, and I want to read it to you, maybe say a couple of things about it, and then we'll be interested in hearing your comments on it. So here we go. It's from the Daily Wire. It's an article written by Mary Margaret Olahan. It says, exclusive. Scared for my life. Police hide Texas student in closet from black-clad mob amidst trans directive outrage. Okay, here's the article. Black-clad protesters screamed and heckled at a college student and Jeff Younger, the father of a child at the center of national disputes over transgenderism, forcing police to rush the student and Younger to safety, according to interviews and video footage obtained by the Daily Wire. Purportedly spurred on by anger over Texas's new transgender directive, which compels investigations of abusive transition procedures for children, at least 70 black-clad protesters milled into the Young Conservatives of Texas Wednesday evening event at the University of North Texas. The event, which took place in the university's Curry Hall, featured Jeff Younger, a political candidate in Texas, and the father of a child whose mother claims the child is transgender. But during the event, police suddenly entered the room and ordered student Kelly Neidert, one of those, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it, who helped publicize the event, and Younger to evacuate. Neidert told the Daily Wire. I missed a comma in there. I'm sorry. That didn't go as smoothly as it could have. The student described tense moments following the evacuation in which she hid in a janitor's closet with a policeman as screaming protesters ran through the halls of the building searching for her. Neidert and Younger, who is the father of James Younger, a boy whose mother insists he is a girl and treats him as such, said that members of the University of North Texas Police Department, the Texas Department of Public Safety, and the Denton Police Department were present on Wednesday night. None of these organizations responded to the Daily Wire's request for comment. Well, they often don't. In a video recorded by Neidert, and I mean no disrespect to the young woman on that. I simply don't know how to pronounce it, so I'll do both. A protester can be heard screaming F you in a crowded parking lot as Neidert attempts to get into a police car. Neidert, a former president of the University of North Texas chapter of Young Conservatives of Texas, said that the video shows police escorting her out of the building. Effing ugly, Fat B. One person can be heard shrieking. Okay, well, you don't need me to. And then they have signs, of course. After saying, you're an ugly FB, they are naturally holding signs saying your hate speech has no place here. I don't need to read all of that to you. She does put up here some video of what happened, and I'd say that it's worth watching. She told the Daily Wire that though she attempted to video and document everything, she feared for her life. Initially, when we were first led out of the building to evacuate, I felt like everything was going to be under control. But after I was chased into the building with a police officer, what? Chased into a building with a police officer? When we were in this janitor's closet, honestly, I was honestly very scared. This stuff hasn't ever really seemed scary to me, she added. I guess I don't really care about the backlash I received, but when I was literally hiding in a janitor's closet with a police officer and the lights off with these people running in the hallway screaming, at that point I was pretty scared for my life. Both Younger and Neidert believed that they were mobbed by people aligned with Antifa. The anti-fascist account Elm Fork John Brown Gun Club posted repeatedly about the event, warning in one tweet, if you were at the UNT protest, no you weren't. Be proud of what you accomplished and wary of the media hype circulating your faces. Okay, I'll let you. Okay, she goes into quite a bit of detail here. That's really, and I have to say that some of it is just unbelievable. Okay, I'm going to read just a few more paragraphs here because I just don't get this. And if you all have any other information that's different from mine, please post it. Because some of this, I've been in situations like this, and this is kind of weird. Neidert told the Daily Wire that the police evacuated her and Younger from the event all of a sudden. A flood of police officers from the hallway came in, and they were grabbing me and Jeff, and then we were rushed out the back of the building, she explained. At that point, I was separated from the police officer and Jeff. I was getting hit with signs because they were trying to get me separated, and so I did get separated. At that point, I'm being shoved. I'm not sure if it's by police officers behind me or if it's by these protesters. I still don't know. Younger was able to get into the car with a police officer, and the car door was shut, she said. But she was not able to get into the car because she had been separated from the group. That doesn't make any sense. Maybe they meant get to the car. Then she goes on to say the police officers that were outside of the car were holding everybody back, including me. And I said, no, I need to be in that car. Okay, I think this is, and this happens sometimes, either people say things wrong or it's reported wrong. No, I need to be in that car. She was wearing a MAGA hat and Governor Greg Abbott shirt. One officer got a good look at her and realized that she needed help. So that officer starts chasing after the car, and they were having some difficulty leaving because there were about, I'd say, 150 people that were at the back of the building at that point. And so, of course, all these people are swarming and not wanting the police car to leave. This sounds pretty confusing, doesn't it? And that's why I'm going to put this whole thing up over there for those of you that want to read it. I will say that I've been in some of these kind of tense situations, and people, when they get to going and they're trying to explain what's going on, sometimes they don't make a lot of sense. And Miss Neidhart is, I think she was either stammering or she's being misquoted. Okay. This was a mess. My question, a couple of things. And then she says one more thing that I'm going to take from this, and then I'll say something. And so then I had these police officers running with me to these other police cars, but for some reason nobody had the keys to the car. It was pretty frantic, so we didn't really have time to wait and figure out who had keys to which car. Okay. And so at that point, people realized that it's me out there. They started screaming my name and were chasing after us. And so we ran into a nearby building, and the police officers locked the doors behind us. Okay, there's a lot more to this. And probably, if I were going to sit down and really parse this out, I could probably make sense of it. But I'm going to put it over there. You guys can see this. The point of this, and the reason that I wanted to put up this up tonight is, well, it's protest weather again, isn't it? It's getting there. And I had said, I think, over on integrative preparedness that the times were a little bit safer after a while because the Democrats realized, and coming into an election season, they realized that all these riots and things weren't doing them any good, right? I mean, they did do them well in some cases because they got their will in many cases, but it was going to make them look bad, and so they toned it down, as they came into a political season. I think this is just my opinion. I think that they might think, because this is one of the first that's really bubbled up like this. They might think that, well, things are looking so bad coming into 22 that there's going to be a bloodbath, a red wave, and they don't have anything to lose. And, there's nothing more dangerous than an animal with nothing to lose, or a person with nothing to lose. And they might feel like, BLM was able to sway the political discourse with violence and screaming for blood and screaming to kill police officers and things like that. And maybe that's what they're going to do. So anyway, I would suggest you all be careful. Realize if it's coming back to this, and these things go in cycles, they always come back to this eventually, to where somebody's going to try to use violence and threats against others to get their way. Be prepared. Be prepared. If you carry. Keep your doors locked. Watch where you're going, and but don't back down. Don't knuckle under. Speak your piece. Keep speaking, and give these people your support. Don't let this keep you away from this kind of stuff. Instead, let this drive you on to be more supportive. I am pretty shocked about the idea of her ending up in a closet with a cop, hiding. I can't make any judgments. I wasn't there. Maybe that was the tactically appropriate move to make. But you all make your own decision. Like I say, I've put this up over on the Patreon channel. Give it a look. Read it. See what you think. Let us know. And I'm going to leave it there for now. Be back tomorrow and try to catch up on all this stuff that I didn't get done today. Plus, I'm sure there will be a lot more craziness tomorrow. So you all have a good night. Remember, America needs a reversion and needs you to be a part of it. So please share this with whoever you would like. And we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.